We're at the front of the club. Me and my girl about to head back to mine.
That was Josh Giddey, a 21-year-old NBA player. Now, apparently the girl in that video was supposed to be 16, which is automatically a L and a hell no. Now, he said that they was in front of the club. Now, if he met her in the club, that's crazy, because he would automatically assume that she's about 18. But then again, we don't know if he brung her to the club. And if he brung her to the club, then of course she's going to get in because she's with him. Now, it's up to him as a man to do his due diligence to find out everything about a woman before he gets with her. And we still trying to figure out where her parents are at. And it's kind of hard to protect children nowadays, because apparently grown adults shaking their hiney in front of 5-year-olds, it's amazing now. And no one bats an eye.
Does anybody in this room know how to twerk? It's all in. And then you just move your bum up and down like that, and that's twerking.
Even if it is true, he might not get in trouble, especially if he's in OKC, because OKC, I believe the age of consent is 16, which is weird in itself, but that's just the world we live in. But what they're gonna make it seem like he's looking for younger women, like Karl Malone, which is another NBA player that got caught with a 13-year-old, but I believe he was like 22. And I see a lot of people on the internet saying that she looks 16, and other people saying that she looks older than 16. But I would like to say, in the past, a 16-year-old looks exactly like a 16-year-old, but now a 16-year-old looks like a 21-year-old. That's easy. When I was in high school, I had a homegirl that was 15, and she was inside of clubs. Her chest was already poked out, so all she did was push them up and put some makeup on, and she got right inside the club. So men need to be careful when they're going outside. Everything falls back on you.
We must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused.
Women were oppressed in history, but so were men. It's
How?
not
Not as much as women
see, now
were.
this is interesting, because if I say how were women were oppressed, you're like, well, it's self-evident, Brian. I shouldn't have to educate you. Yet you've just asked me the same question. You've just asked, how were men oppressed? Shouldn't you know?
No, because that wasn't taught in school.
Ah, so isn't that interesting? Male oppression was never taught in school, but females' oppression was. Isn't that interesting? So who's really oppressed then?
Oh my God, Brian.
If men's grievances throughout history are overlooked, who's the real one that's oppressed?
Gotcha, bitch!
Men earn confidence and arrogance. Women don't. Women are born with their value. Men must earn their value. So if a man's arrogant, more than likely he's probably accomplished something. When a woman's arrogant, 9 out of 10 times, she hasn't accomplished anything. She just has a bunch of DMs. See, this is the problem that a lot of modern day women have. They lack critical thinking skills. Women tend to go off of their feelings versus what's real. They go off the feels and not the reals.
He ain't lying.
I've only been to Baltimore one time. I ate lunch there, and the hostess who seats you at the restaurant had a black eye. And it wasn't like, what happened? It was pretty obvious what happened. And we couldn't get over the fact that we're like, this is the face of the company? Like, this is who you have greeting people? And my boy who I was with was like, yeah, I feel bad for her, man. I feel like they should put her in the kitchen or something where nobody has to see her face, And I was like, yeah, but I feel like if she could cook, she wouldn't have that black eye.
He cold. That's the joke that comedian Matt Rife told that got everybody pissed off. And all the women now on the internet have this to say about it.
What I find so interesting about Matt Rife is that he's a perfect example of being careful for what you wish for. He was a flop for 10 or 15 years. All he wanted that entire time was some recognition. And on a random Tuesday in 15 years, you were chosen to get a meteoric rise in comedy. That hasn't happened in years. You get notoriety, recognition, and millions of dollars for your success. And you got it from a demographic you don't even like. I can't imagine how pissed off I'd be too if I finally got popular and the ones that made it happen are the ones I dislike the most.
So he can make jokes on other people and it's totally fine, you laugh at it. But as soon as he makes jokes on women that you don't like, then he's a terrible person. So only make jokes on other people, do not make jokes on women. Got it.
I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like Matt Rife is about to enter his F around and find out era. I wasn't sure what to watch yesterday, and I saw that Matt special was in the top 10, and I've seen a couple of clips from his social media, and he seemed pretty funny. Let me tell you, I didn't last longer than 3 minutes. If this man thinks this opening joke is funny, I'm sure I'm not the first woman he's disappointed in less than 3 minutes.
Insults are also fine, just not when it's towards women. Got it.
The fact that he justified being hit because you're not a good cook just makes me sick. But I'm surprised that the execs at Netflix even let this through and thought it was funny.
I mean, are we surprised? I can kind of tell where a celebrity's career is going to go, what kind of person they actually are, by looking at their fan base. Girls that I knew that were fans of him, they were all assholes. And I'm really not surprised that he's a piece of shit. Not only that, he looks like a douchebag, you guys. He looks like a piece of shit. When I saw Matt Rife, everybody was like, he's so hot. Dude, he's a piece of shit, and you can tell by looking at him. This is not gonna end well. And look, he's a misogynist. Oh, what a big surprise. Yeah.
Okay, so misogyny is okay when they do not agree with you. All the women that you notice are assholes just because they like this type of guy. Got it. And any man that resembles Matt Rife is just terrible from the beginning, just solely because he looks like him. From the way he looks makes him a bad person and unworthy of your likeness. Got it. What he did was a joke with no malice behind it. What they did was direct insults, specifically to try to hurt somebody's feelings. Who's the bad person here?
What?
Good to be upset.
I can't feel bad for everybody. I can't get upset.
Yeah.
People, because that's what people do online most of the time.
Yep.
And it's like, that's their entire personalities. They go, let's cancel this. This is not okay. This is not okay. This is not okay. Your life sounds absolutely miserable. You're so worried about all the wrong going on in the world. You're not even enjoying yourself.
Man, that man cheated on his wife with his mistress, married his mistress and has kids with his daughter, jumped from one relationship to the next with no intention. So all that relationship advice you be listening to about love, he should have given to his children. The only time you want equality is when it's beneficial to your agenda. Love, this ain't a poem, this is an intervention. She be talking about how her grandfather took care of her grandmother. Well, that's that grown man's business, and the woman that your grandmother is doesn't correlate to the woman that's being mentioned. Wow. Stop acting like you don't want hookah drinks and a good night. A nightcap with your night bag while getting hit from behind. She gonna go for brunch and mimosas. Trust me, it works every time. She gonna be yelling out the window how she outside and she nigga free, but she want a husband in the same line.
That just makes no sense.
Love, when the family feuds in real life, it ain't a game show. And if love don't cost a thing, how come you keep asking for things you can't even bring to the table?
This video is going to be for all the baby mamas that understand me. Being a second baby mama sucks. The first baby mama hates me. She hates my guts. I have a restraining order against her for harassing me and threatening my life. A judge granted it. I know, crazy, crazy, crazy. But this is for the ones who are going to understand me, okay? Being a second baby mama, you get the crap into the stick and it sucks. You get blamed for everything. If dad said this and didn't do this, if he did this, didn't do that, blah, 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 blah. So many reasons. It's my fault because since he's with me, he's changed. Since he's with me, blah, blah, blah. He's only allowed to love my kids, blah, blah, blah. So many reasons, and they're all bullshit if you ask me. If you're the kind of baby mama that does not allow your child to go with their dad because you don't like the new girlfriend, because you don't like the baby mama, that's mean. That's being toxic to your kids. Grow up. It should be about your kids. Your ex-partner is allowed to grow, to glow, to get better, to be better, and to change. It's okay for him to move on. What's not okay is for you to keep blaming people for a situation that you created.
Got him. We f***ing got him.